Christmas carols will sing. I'm StaceyJ, doing Vlogmas today. Trees are up, Merry Christmas we say. Spend time with me as I sow something. We count down to Christmas Day.
Morning, I'm StaceyJ. This is Vlogmas Day 5. Can you believe? 5 days already into December. Crazy. This is my studio. I thought I'd tell you that too. It's going to be hopefully a fast and quick and easy one. Today I have just had a phone call from the company I do hemming for. Apparently they need my services. Out of the blue, good news kind of scenario. So I'm all for going in there today and grabbing some trousers to hem, which will be, I'll just add to my workload, which I'm quite happy with, quite excited about, very happy for them about it. So yeah, so let's get started. I was up at 5 or just after 5, and I waited till 5:30 to get up, and I went for my walk. I did a 40-minute walk this morning. I just find that doing a 30-minute walk, I'm still not getting my steps up, so I just added my steps to the morning. I got home well before 7, so I got home at about 6:30, sort of went in and had a shower. Might have woken Mr. Christopher up with Willow jumping on him. So I had a shower, got ready, and had my first coffee, shot off down to the supermarket. Apparently chocolate ganache won. So I've made the chocolate ganache already. So that's up in the fridge cooling because it's meant to be a 24-hour sit overnight, not in the fridge, sit overnight and turn into a peanut butter consistency. But party's tomorrow. So actually doing a ganache cake, you need a 3-day period where you bake the cakes, ganache the cakes. And so I should have actually made the ganache yesterday, to be honest. Nothing like winging it. So yes, so while I was just finishing off the ganache, I got a phone call from my company that I work with, and they said good news is that they need to supply the tailoress to do the hemming, and I went fantastic. So yeah, so I'll be called in there sometime today. She's just checking numbers and that, and I'll hook in there and I'll have some trousers. Usually they might have a team of 9, 10, so there'll be like 20 pairs of pants for me to hem and amongst it all. So let's get to the flamingos. The flamingo advent calendar, I have ripped it open already. I haven't seen what's inside it, but there is something inside today's. Yay. Oh, there's 2 in today's. That's almost like, I think Julie opened up her label one. I can't remember what it's called. Sorry, Julie. But she had 2 labels in it. Look at this one. Oh, a little love heart flamingos. And this one's like a little moon flamingo. So cute. I went to get a pink tree. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, there's absolutely no... Something dropped on the ground. I can just see it. There are no Christmas decorations here. I haven't got around to it yet. My daughter is the pusher for Christmas decorations. I'm not bar humbug, but I'm less bar humbug when she's with me. So anyway, so we had some fantastic news from my daughter yesterday. I can't say because she hasn't told everyone, and I'll tell you when I know that everyone knows. But yeah, so she's had some good news, so I'm stoked. Right, so today I'm going to find what I've got already cut out and ready. Like I said, my whole day's been flipped, and I will have a lot of work to do this afternoon. I'll probably ice the cake, like do the decoration of the cake later tonight, because I've got until 3 o'clock tomorrow when the party starts if I need to do any finishing touches. I do need a paintbrush because I think I want to paint the gold of it. Hang on, I'll just go get the icing sheet and show you what it's going to look like. Right, so I'm meant to keep this flat, so it's been sitting in my studio. The big rule is don't stick it in the fridge. So this is actually what is going to go on the top of the cake. Can you see how it's it's like that little bit blurred. That definitely is, but I think I'm going to gold up all around the cake so the icing sits here. So it's an A4. The cake is slightly bigger than an A4, but to make it smooth down the sides, I'll trim it. But that's what's going to sit on the top. That is the latest gold card look thing. Yeah, so my mum's gold card is all gold. So, and there's a kuru. There's a kuru's on hers, and that's sort of would be what that is as well. But probably not as pretty as the one mum has. So this is currently stored in here on a flat base. I'm going to put yellow icing on so that's easier for me to paint gold. And yeah, so actually I've just thought about what I might do. I'm going to lay one of my beautiful people who has been watching me. I've only got a few people that watch me and do my Vlogmas, maybe because they're so long. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is, and I do what I do in Vlogmas because literally have to buy an advent calendar from Temu. I wanted to get the, I know this isn't making it any shorter. I wanted to get the, something on Wow. Oh my goodness, I've lost what Beck's thing is. So Beck's sews. I think that's her name. I know it's Beck's, but I can't remember her title, her channel. She makes buttons and jewellery, and it is Jazz and Well. Wow, I knew I was going to get it. Jazz and Well. So I did want hers, but and then I found out that Adam has one as well. See, I'd like that one too. Anyway, it's just getting it over from England to New Zealand, which could be the pinnacle of why I haven't got them. And so I'm going to do this. This is what I think I'm going to do. Now, one of my lovely viewers said, hey, why don't you make something over a couple of days rather than stressing out about making something every day. Now, I do have a lot of little things to do, but I do want to cut this out. Now, I did ask yesterday if you want me to make something that you can purchase right now, like I made the little girl's dress, and yet it does help you understand how to do a burrito on the armholes and things like that. However, I don't know if you're going to get that pattern ever again. I don't know where I got mine from. I've got over 2,000-3,000 big patterns, big full patterns sitting in this table. I've got 21 containers full of, and then I got boxes downstairs in another room. I should go through them and see if there's anything I want to make. Anyway, I went for my birthday. Mum wanted to take me out for lunch, and so we went over the hill. It was before my birthday because my birthday fell on a public holiday, and we went over the hill to Greytown, and in Greytown you have Miss Maud's, which is just fine fabrics. Beautiful fabrics, beautiful store, beautiful people. And it's where I get all my print offs done. And I found some pale denim. Pale denim. I had to hunt for it. And it's very hard to find pale denim in this country. So, like a nice washed out denim to make a pair of jeans with. So in order to make a pair of jeans, now I do have a beautiful pattern. I love Angela Wolf. A neighbour came out and the girls wanted to say hello. So I love Angela Wolf jeans. She's got bootleg jeans that are divine. I think they are so flattering. However, I wanted to make a pair of straight jeans. So these are the Merchant Mills Heroin made in denim. They are like a boyfriend jean, okay? So I want to make those. Now, I'm not going to cut straight into my $24 a metre, $32 a metre expensive denim first. So I have pulled out some other denim. And you guys are going to laugh because of what I've just made and what I made it out of. I pulled out this fabric. It's been washed, which is handy because there was another one that hadn't been washed, and well, I almost couldn't be bothered washing it to make it for it. So I've got some of this denim here. It's a lighter denim. It's got a bit of a stretch in it. So I thought I'd make myself a toile in that. I've already cut the pocket out. So I thought that was quite a ingenious match to go in there. I'm literally hacking into scraps. I've got a great big plastic container full of scraps, and I have been using them. So you would have seen my little pink dotty purse I made the other day. Scraps. I have a massive scrap bin, which is big enough scraps for me not to send out, you know, things that I can use. Like, look, this is what's left of that scrap. It's still quite a big scrap. So I just dig through there when I want to do it, and I thought, well, that's a nice little pocket. I do like to have kind of nice fabric as my pockets. I do have pocket fabric. I do. Yes, it's a thing. I have pocket fabric. Okay, so I have traced out my jeans. I have traced out a size, I want to say 16. I'll have a look. I'm a tracer because this girl fluctuates like a demon on a bad day. Right, so I don't know what it's saying. I don't have my glasses on. Right, that doesn't even have anything. Oh, yep, size 16. So I've done a size 16. I have got quite a high waist. It's like literally right under my bust. So if you know and have been watching me, yes, it's usually right under my bust. Actually, it always is. Actually, it's probably above my bust now because, you hear what I'm saying. Anyway, so I've cut out the pockets already, and I am going to fold up this brown check, and I'm going to lay my fabric, and I'm going to cut out my snakeskin jeans. And I'll let you come along for the cutting out process. Here's a game for young players. So the stretch is actually down the grain line. It's not across. Right, so nothing there. And you look at this, down the grain line. Okay, so what I need to do is ensure that I fold it on the same side down the actual selvage and go from the length so I can get that stretch going on. My thing is, I'm just wondering which is the right side. Oh, I think I'm happy with that being the right. I'm going to make that the right side, okay? Not that. That isn't the right side anyway, so why would I make it the right side? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it down lengthwise. I'm going to pin it, and now I don't mind flipping my pieces of pattern pieces so that they work with fitting onto something. But I have more of a habit of not doing that. Even if it isn't directional, I have a habit of ensuring that everything faces the same way. So I am going to pin this and see how much. So that would be 2 meters if I was going the other way. Okay, so I'm going to pin this and see if it's going to work. I'll get back to you. So I've laid my fabric down, and I have like 90% of it hanging off the table. Now, my good friend Karina in Norway and I both dislike having fabric falling off the table because it stretches it out. Now, I can't deal with it. It's too bad. So I've got a jar full of candy canes. I actually found all the candy canes that have been gifted to me from December through the year and put them in that jar. That jar was jam-packed, which means I've been eating them, which is not good. So I am hoping I get no candy canes this year. I know that Queenie, so for my birthday, Queenie sent me a couple of packets. I know that my mother gave me a couple of packets. That's when I started hunting down all of them to put them in this jar. I think it looks cute though in the jar. Beautiful big jar. Anyway, so I've got it laying this way. I've got it right sides out, right sides in, sorry. See, it's either, really. Okay, and I'm going to see if this is going to be good enough for all the fabric pieces. Now, first thing I want to find out is anything on the fold. I've got a little fold here, so if there is. So the length is definitely a goer. It works. And it works having these side by side. Nice, nice, nice. Then we have, so this band is all in one. That's a thing for me. It's all in one, but it's all right. I don't mind. So we've got, let's keep going. So the pocket back, we've got back pockets. Look at the funky way they did this. That's so you can fold it down and fold it down and have it tucked in as well. Okay, so I think I need to make it wider. Or can I fit something up here? I am a little bit of a champion on making the cuts right, so we don't need to. So there's one of this, two of them. One right side up, so that's only, don't need that there. That is cut one right side up. So I need to have it open, obviously. And that's my waistband cut one. So oh, hang on. Wait, there's more. There's that. And this is our little belt loops. So I don't really want the belt loops to be stretchy. So I'm going to go across that way. Right, so now what I want to do is pin it and make sure that they are matching my fold here, because this is the only grain line I've got to go with. All right, I'm going to pin and play.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The fragrance of flowers in the air. It's great, the temperature is rising. The windows down while we are driving. The excitement of a new year is near.
Okay, a lot has happened since you saw the fast forward of me pinning on there. I've got all my pieces down. The right side up stuff I have pinned wrong side down on the pattern because the right side is the other side, and I have pinned it to one layer even though the layers, even though the layers are still together, I pinned it down. I'll give you a little show and tell. I think I'll just move this one bit there. Right, so we've got it all pinned down here. The only thing I don't have pinned down is the waistband. Now this here is a right side up one only, so it is pinned only to one layer. And the pattern piece is actually, this is so I can use the grain line. The pattern piece is actually upside down because that's the right side and that's the way it's meant to face up. Same with this one. So everything else is laid out. There is only meant to be one of those and one of these, but it's done. So I'm now going to cut it all out and then I'm going to lay it down and put the waistband on. The waistband is over here, and the waistband I want to run long ways down there, so I'll do that when that happens. I might have mentioned that I like to put bias binding on the waistband when it goes inside. Just something I like to do. You might have seen it when I did my snakeskin fabric wheel of fate, the pink one. I did matching with the pockets, which I should do with this one as well. So let's cut this out. I won't cut these two pieces out yet, okay, because they are one layered. So I'm going to cut all my double layers out and then I'll single out that one. And yeah, then I'll pull it across and do the waistband.
Blue skies, the clouds are clear. It's Christmas down under, sunshine, not thunder. Camping and joyful, barbecues and a belly full. 'Cause it's summer times down under at Christmas time. Here comes Santa, riding his sleigh. preparing.
So you've all seen me cut out my jeans. I am still waiting for that callback that I might get. I should go up now and lay some ganache on my cake. So I don't know if you saw how I did the one pieces. Like I said, I have the actual pattern piece upside down because it says right side up. Only that's the right side, so it is actually right side up. Same with that one. What I did while it was still as two pieces, I lifted it up and pinned it, then marked it, measured it, and then pinned it again, and then waited till I had that single layer and pinned it all out, then cut it out. So that was nice and easy. The belt loops. I'm not a fan on skinny little belt loops. So when I cut out the belt loop, which is double, I did two. I did that with my Tommy jean skirt. I slayed it out because it was just a skinny strip, and I cut two out and I made double belt loops, which I think was a lot nicer than the single belt loops I did on my snakeskin pink one. So I do have the strip behind it, and I went, well, you know what? That might be the belt loops, but either way, they're both all cut out there, and I have everything else. Now I did the same with this one. It is the front fly, you only needed one, so I did the whole lift it up and get one copy. I could go around it actually, so I had pinned it down double, but I could cut around single to cut it out. My two back pockets, my two yokes, my two front sides. This is where the pocket goes in the front, and two of those. My front and back, whichever is whichever, they're all cut out. And my waistband. So I've done my waistband on the stretch because, you know, I like to have a bit of stretch around my waistband. Only, you know how I said that I like to do the whole put the bias binding around the bottom. Well, I just left the selvage. That selvage is a bit cut off. That might be a little bit naff because it is cut off there. I don't know why it's cut off. It came to me that way, she said. But wouldn't that look cool on the inside, is having that? So it might end up being a bias because I don't like the look of that being in my pants, but that would have been really cool as the thingo. So that's all ready to go. I'm just going to go up and stir that ganache and probably lay the ganache on the cake, so which means I need the cake board, which is in the cupboard here, and go ganache her up. I wonder if it will fit in that container. I've got a massive Tupperware container. I used to be a manager for Tupperware. I won it, so, and big cakes fit in it. It's just often the cake boards don't. So when Alexander came home, he goes, Mum, he said, honestly, making cakes and expecting me not to eat them is killing me. And I turned around and said, well, you don't even know where they are. He goes, they're in that box there. So apparently I've been using those boxes for years. Actually, I joined Tupperware when he was a bubba, so now he's 21. So he's seen those boxes more than once in his life, and he knows it's usually cake that's in them. Clever little boy, isn't he? Isn't he? What have I got pinned in here? I can feel pins. I can feel something hard in here. Nope. It's just cloth. So this is how much of that stuff I've got left. Still a lot left, which is cool. Maybe I'll make 2 pairs of them. Dye one. Have you ever tried, when you cut up your fabric with an elastic in it, going with the elastic, it's like cutting chicken, I guess, going with the flesh grainy thing. So going with it, it goes nice and easy. Going against it, it's just a lot harder. That's what I found with this. And some of my pins were like, yeah, I don't want to go into that fabric. It's a bit gnarly. So anyway, I'm going to go up and do my cake. I will stop here, but I will do a farewell in case I don't come back. But I will be logged on tonight. Okay, so stay well. Oh, I'll just hit stop. So this is a cake container. Move my avocados out the way. This is a cake. Smells like chocolate. This is the Just Fits cake board. Okay, So going to cut each one in half. Right, now these are as tall as my hand, well, up to my thumb, so quite a length. So I want to cut each one in half, and then I want to straighten up the edges because this is to fit on top. Okay, so but I'm going to have a yellow icing all over the top of that. And yeah, so this is it. I've got ganache. I'll pop ganache down on the board. And let's see how I can work this little puppy out.
Presents for Christmas Day. Make sure you're good, not bad, or come Christmas morning you'll be sad. Kids are excited for all of their toys. That's the good girls and boys. It's Christmas down under, sunshine up under, camping and joyful, barbecues and a belly full. 'Cause it's summer times down under at Christmas time. Merry Christmas, everyone this year. Spend time with the family hanging there. Merry, Merry Christmas to all.
The competition's on. What can make the noisiest noise? I've got upstairs Alexander practicing his guitar, his electric guitar no less. And then I've got some guy a couple of doors up using a drop saw. Yeah, I reckon it's a drop saw. Or it's a drop saw or a something saw. Anyway, I did have Victoria playing in the background. So I cut out my waistband, as you know, and then I put my interfacing onto it, and this is the difference. So I cut out another waistband and I gave it a couple of centimeters extra just for funsies, and it's the right length. Like, it shrunk when I stuck the interfacing on. That's the only thing I can say, which is silly because it's being washed. I'm definitely a washer dryer kind of gal, you know. So yes, I've painstakingly cut out another one, and I have stuck in between this the cake, the ganaching of the cake, and I will be doing the icing of it later tonight, this evening. I still haven't had a call up to go and measure for pants, so it's now 1:30, and I can see that being a bus 3-4 o'clock job. So in the meantime, I thought I would go ahead and do the back of these jeans now, which means I'm not really doing it possibly in order, but it would be the order you'd do it if you were doing it as in, like, I'll put the back together as it says to put the back together. But the back, oh, it does have pockets, but the front has a fly. Oh, do I have a fly? Do I have a zip? That's the question I'm asking myself now. I know I have a blue one. I wonder how long it's meant to be. Anyway, so that's my waistband. I have already folded it in half. Okay, the center front is on this side. And I have marked the center front, so I might just pin, if I haven't marked something, I like to stick the actual pattern piece back on. And because my pattern piece doesn't rip, because it's my special stuff, I will pack that up, because that's like the last thing to stick on is our waistbands. Well, you know, last-ish thing to stick on. So if I get the distractions out, pop that down there. I don't need this waistband because that was a waste of time, but it's okay. Right, so I'll move you to here. It is a lovely day today. I just went, oh shivers, I've forgotten. I'm filling up one of those little blue kiddie pools for water for the dogs. Hang on. I got that in time. Okay, distractions. Here they are. So we'll have to do the pockets. Now, if you want to embroider the pockets, which on this one it's a pattern pocket, I won't embroider anything on it. It's very nancy. Oh. This page is intentionally left blank. Well, once you got to that page, you would hope that you knew you'd finished whatever you're making. Okay, so the first thing it is doing is telling you how to do the top stitching the pockets, okay? So that's where the pockets are. And it says, optional, work 2 rows of stitches on the back pockets. I don't know why it's an M. Don't know why it's an M. So I wouldn't do that. I would put my own initials on the back pockets of them, or a flamingo. Did you know? I'm a flamingo. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do our pockets. Pockets, pockets, pockets. That's not a pocket. That's not a pocket. That's a pocket. And that's a pocket. So as I said, it's got these funky little grooves cut out of it. Okay, prepare the pockets, fold twice along the fold lines on the back pocket and the ticket pocket. Back ticket. Press and top stitch from the right side close to the lower folded edge, beginning at the and ending at the raw edge of the top stitch. So basically you're folding it down once and folding it down twice. Okay, and that's when this will come in. Nice. All right, so let's get busy. I'm just going to put a little tiny snip. Little snip. I might actually also put that strip of stuff I use. Oops, that's in my way and I'm going to fall over it. So it's moved. I've done it. I've moved it. Okay, so I'm going to use a bit of this on the top of the pocket because remember it's got a 10% stretch in it and I don't particularly want my pockets stretching and bowing out. So I'm just going to stick that on. I'll be back after I've done that. This is clover. Clover, clover, drink. It's yummy. It's really good for you. Okay, so and I told you guys the other week where I got it from. It's the same place I get the kawa from. I can put her details down below. If you're a New Zealander, she makes it all herself. It's all pure kawa and clover. No, it's not clover. It's dandelion. Yellow. Okay, so what I've done is I've ironed down where it's meant to go. So I'm going to go and top stitch that on my walking foot. Okay, so you top stitch it down the bottom there and up the top. So up the top and then down the bottom. It's a really fancy way what we're going to do next, so I can't wait to tell you that. This is where it gets funky and groovy. So I've just top stitched. It's very hard to see. You can see it now. That's it. So what they do is they tell you, let's go down. You got quite the gap here. You drop that down on an angle, so it's sitting inside that side seam, and then you fold it over. So like that, and then over. Interesting. So that takes like a little mitered corner. So I'll press that down because that's the important part. I'll get rid of my little ties. Somebody has got a drink in their hand. I don't know if it's Mr. Christopher or not, but it's his. He just texts me. And of course our little one's here. Let me read what it says after we do that. Okay, press all seam allowances in the pocket 1.5 centimeters and then fold the corners down and press. So yes, so it's 1.5 centimeters in, like that. But go back, do that, and then fold it in like that. That's a very big inside pocket thing. And then of course, they're all meant to be 1.5 centimeters. That's a lot. That's taken a lot of pocket away. In it. Well, I'm going to press it. Let's see how we go. Okay, I still haven't heard back about going in and measuring up. Now, funny story, wasn't concentrating, which I had a conversation with my son's boss. So I wasn't really concentrating on what I was doing. And I did it inside out. But, so one pocket's going to be like this, and one's going to be like that. Now, if it was really, well, it's going to be obvious because all the rest of the pants are going to be like that. But if it was really, oh my God, I would probably change it. Now, all the rest are going to be like that. That's right. That's the way it's going to be. So that's my little, I'll chuck her over on the left cheek. No, probably mo. Okay, so the next step is, let's turn you to me. The next step is we're going to drop down and put our pants on the back. Here's the back. We've got the back. Now the pockets are marked here. How coolio is that? I like that pocket. Coolio, I really like this pattern so far. It's so so cool. Right, so first of all, I'm going to do my notches, and then I'm going to mark it, and then I'm going to pin it.
It's Christmas down under, sunshine, not thunder, camping and joyful, barbecues and a valley full. Cause it's summer times, down under at Christmas time. Merry Christmas, everyone this year. Spend time with the family, hang in there. Merry, Merry Christmas to all who.
I have actually stuck them on. See? That one's the one that's obvious. This one, not so much. It's like doing that 3D cross-eyed thing. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is, they actually say to zigzag up the top, but I'm not going to. I might later put in a rivet. Might do that. Right, the next part is to stick the yoke on the top of the pantaloons. Okay, we've got a notch down here, which I'll just clip now, which obviously goes with the notch that's at the top of the back of the pants. There. Now I'll ensure that I get the right sides together, and we will attach them. I'll see you after I've attached them. Now I've got them all pinned. I'm going to go over and change my thread to black. I'm going to do a black thread on the inside, obviously not my top stitching. It's still going to be brown. If I had a really nice top stitching of grey, I would do that. And yeah, so I'm going to go and do that, sort that out, and change my overlocking thread also to black, because I like to overlock in black on this as well. Shouldn't do that because that's when I stab my fingers with my hands with pins. Okay, I'm going to go and change my threads. Be back in a jiff. You're plugged in, so I can't take it because my phone's gone flat. And I'm still waiting to hear back from Katie of when I'm going in. So I've just sewn them on, pressed them down. Press the seam down. And I swear I'm used to pressing it up and then sewing it on the yoke, but I'm going to go down and do 2 of my top stitchings down there where it's joined, and come back. And the next step, oh, I actually might overlock that as well. I think I'd like to overlock that. I feel confident that I want to overlock it. And it doesn't say to. I just discovered also that this is a skill level of experienced. Did not know that. So if you're watching this and you want to, I think so far so good. I don't know what the experienced part is. Might be putting the fly in. I'd love to see how they do it. I love to see how all different companies like to put their flooring. Enough talking. I'm going to go and overlock, top stitch, be back. I think my daughter has just sent me what she wants for Christmas. You know, back in the olden days, when we had phones that were connected to walls and we had to sit in a public place and talk to whomever had rung us. And 9 times out of 10, your parents knew who was on the other end of the phone. Yeah. Well, now we got mobile and you just don't even have to ring. You can just text people. I think and I believe my daughter would like an old-fashioned phone that connects by Bluetooth to her mobile. She's literally just sent me an Instagram reel on it. So cute. Right, now what we're doing is we're doing center backs together, so the little curvy bit here, that's where our butt goes, right? Butt. So we're going to join that together. So around it, we're going to iron it to the wearer's left, to the wearer's left. We're going to, because after that, we're going to actually top stitch down and double tap our bottom seam so that we don't crack it open with one sit down. Okay, so don't forget 1.5 centimeter seam allowance. This is unusual for something like a indie kind of pattern, eh? But c'est la vie. I'd like to match my little join really right in there. And yeah, so I am going to go and sew this, overlock it together, because it says to sew it down, zigzag it. So obviously it didn't say that to do when you join the yokes on there, but I took it upon myself. I wanted that for me. So I've joined it all together. Going to go sew around it, overlock it together, and press it to the wearer's left. Okay, I've done it, but I want to show you something. Get in close, come really close. Look at that. Is it focusing? You see that? Where it joins. The stitches join. It joins like this one. Okay, I'm done for the day. I am pretty happy with how they come out. They should be long enough, I think. So this is the inside of them. Look how tidy and neat that is. And the outside of them. Look at that messed up pocket. That's like it's like when you spot the difference and it's just, it looks like everything and then there's a bam, you can't unsee it. I don't care. Oh, I forgot to put my name on the back. Why didn't somebody remind me? Okay, so I will find a spot to put that. I'm not unpicking a pocket. I wonder if I should just make another pocket, unpick it, and then put it in the right way. Anyway, so I'm finished for the day. I've got to go up now and start kneading that icing so it gets nice and soft. And I'm going to put it over my cake. I will have some photos of, you would have seen something in here about the cake anyway. I don't know how long this vlog has been. I don't think I'm going to, on the Cody train today. The customer hasn't got back to them, so they just won't get their pants hemmed by next week. Well, they will, because I'm that good. But anyway, I'll love you and leave you. Stay well, stay warm, stay dry, keep cool, keep on sewing. Have no regrets. I don't care. I don't care the pockets inside out. Or do I? Safe face. Catch you next time.
Thank you for watching today. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Please subscribe.